Welcome to Chapter 6 of Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, where we delve into one of the most empowering lessons about wealth: the rich invent money. This chapter isn't just about taking risks, it's about mastering the art of financial creativity to build lasting prosperity. Let's explore how you can apply these principles to your own life. The title itself, The Rich Invent Money, sounds ambitious, doesn't it? But Kiyosaki begins with a critical truth: money is not the real asset. It's your mind that holds the true value. In this chapter, Rich Dad teaches Robert and Mike that financial success isn't about working harder, it's about thinking smarter. Picture this: Robert and Mike are seated in Rich Dad's office. On the desk is a pile of cash, a set of real estate contracts, and a few books on investing. Rich Dad looks at the boys and says, "In today's world, money doesn't solve problems. Your creativity and ability to spot opportunities do." Rich Dad: most people think wealth comes from their job or their paycheck, but the truth is, wealth is created in your mind first. You don't wait for opportunities, you create them. That's why the rich invent money. They don't sit around hoping for luck. Rich Dad goes on to explain that many people live their entire lives waiting for promotions, for raises, for the right time to invest. But the rich don't wait. They act, leveraging their knowledge and creativity to turn problems into opportunities. One of the core lessons in this chapter is understanding calculated risk. Rich Dad tells the boys that most people are paralyzed by fear: the fear of losing money, the fear of failure. This fear keeps them in the rat race, working for others, never building their own wealth. Rich Dad: the difference between the rich and the poor isn't luck or background. It's a mindset. The poor see risk as something to avoid. The rich see risk as a tool. If you're creative and informed, you can minimize risks and maximize rewards. This concept hits home for Robert. He recalls watching his poor dad avoid any form of risk, choosing stable jobs and secure investments. Yet, he remained financially dependent. Meanwhile, Rich Dad constantly took calculated risks, reinvesting in real estate, businesses, and ideas that eventually created his empire. Rich Dad loved using simple games to teach complex financial ideas. One of his favorite tools, the game of Monopoly. He would sit down with Robert and Mike, pointing at the little green houses and red hotels, saying, "This is how wealth is built." Rich Dad dialogue: 4 green houses, 1 red hotel. That's the game. But in real life, you need to learn how to find those green houses and turn them into hotels. Kiyosaki uses this story to emphasize that wealth isn't just about saving, it's about growing. And growth comes from taking the knowledge you've learned and applying it creatively. To drive the lesson home, Kiyosaki shares a real-life story. One day, Rich Dad takes Robert along to a real estate auction. There's a property listed below market value due to a distressed sale. Most people at the auction hesitate, worried about the risks. But Rich Dad, armed with his knowledge of the area and the market, sees an opportunity. Rich Dad: this property isn't a liability. It's an opportunity waiting to be seized. The key is knowing what to do with it. Rich Dad bids confidently and wins the property. Within months, he renovates it and rents it out, creating a new stream of income. He explains to Robert that this is what he means by inventing money: taking a calculated risk, applying creativity, and turning knowledge into wealth. Fear plays a significant role in this chapter. Rich Dad explains that fear of failure is what holds most people back. But he challenges Robert to redefine failure, not as the end of the road but as a stepping stone to success. Rich Dad: do you know why most people fail to become rich? They're afraid to lose. But the rich don't see failure as a loss, they see it as a lesson. Every mistake is a chance to grow. Kiyosaki reflects on this point, sharing how many of his own ventures didn't succeed immediately, but each failure taught him valuable lessons that contributed to his long-term success. Rich Dad emphasizes the importance of financial education in taking these risks. He tells the boys that creativity alone isn't enough. It must be paired with knowledge. This combination is what allows the rich to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Rich Dad: most people don't take risks because they don't understand them. But when you educate yourself, you take control. You stop depending on others to tell you what's possible. So how can you start inventing money like the rich? Kiyosaki offers practical advice: start small. Begin by increasing your financial education. Read books, attend seminars, and surround yourself with people who think differently about money. Rich Dad: don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Start where you are. Invest in your knowledge first, and the opportunities will come. Rich Dad also stresses the importance of networking. Many opportunities come from connections, not just personal effort. Build relationships with mentors, peers, and experts who can help you see opportunities you might miss on your own. Chapter 6 of Rich Dad Poor Dad teaches us that wealth isn't just earned, it's invented. By combining financial knowledge with creativity, you can turn ordinary situations into extraordinary opportunities. Remember, it's not about waiting for the right time or the perfect conditions. It's about taking action, learning from failure, and constantly growing your financial IQ. So, ask yourself, are you ready to stop working for money and start making money work for you? The journey begins with your mindset and your willingness to take risks. What will you create next? Stay tuned for the next chapter of Rich Dad Poor Dad, where we'll dive even deeper into the principles of financial freedom. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more life-changing lessons.